Welcome in, welcome in. Big up Raiders. Big up DJ Sparks NY. Welcome in. Baby Sugar, I see you. Backwoods, I see you. Gone Bashley. All through inside. Big up on a Sunday. Yo, Sparks, you surprised? We're on time today. Well rested, got a good night's sleep.
Thought that I'd never fallen. This body warm state of mind. Thought I was better for it. Never knew it would open up in time.
Like you said, let's get it proper, tighten it up.
So we lay low, life and die until the summer when we let it grow. Been soaking up something with you, and can't let it go. Holding on to something. You used to be someone never to touch. All that I'm feeling for you is a little too much. My love, it drifts like honey. I don't know how to give it up, and I can't help but watch it. Just a little too much. A little too much. A little too much. A little too much. Thought I was better boxed in, but it came at a cost over time. And then I couldn't stop it. You're the reach, you're the cost to feel alive. So we lay low, life and die until the summer when we let it.
How's everybody doing? How's your Sunday?
Been soaking
The
up
weekend's been
something
good so
with
far.
you, and can't let it go.
Welcome in, big up everybody. Great to see you. It's been a couple weeks. I feel like it's been a couple weeks, or maybe last week I played Sparks. Tell me.
No, I gotta leave. If it ain't today, maybe next week. I don't wanna stay. No, I gotta leave. If it ain't today, maybe next week. I don't wanna stay. No, I gotta leave. If it ain't today, maybe next week.
Yeah, Backwoods.
I don't wanna stay.
Big
no,
up.
I gotta leave. If it ain't today. Yeah. I'm in a room full of people I ain't tryna speak to. Hi, nice to meet you. Think I'ma leave soon. Just know I can't stay. I don't wanna be the party block. I've been basking in the answers, still I partake. Plaguing past the parcel with this club. The road ain't long, no, it's a vast maze. Dancing in the yeah. It's getting past. She used to be a star, I seen her past. And I've been
Big up,
losing my
Ethan.
spark, the wounds and the scars, the blues and sky, tunes in my dark. Moving apart, the truths in my heart. Most of my youth getting stewed in the park. Facade, the color blue, blue to the shards. Ain't got a clue, still cruising with the crew. Till we depart and I'm envisioning a fuse. Written to this soon, something's missing, it was you. Never mind. Don't be sleeping on the mission, it was due. Lacking inhibition, I was itching for the view. With every rash decision, a bit more than I could chew. And still I sit with them in the booth. faces. What's the eject button? We're trying to escape it. Carving lines with your wages when your rent isn't even paid yet. Already spending from next week that you haven't even made yet. Passing around mirrors that never show you fading. When your friends see your post, they all think you made it. In those glamorous places, like this land of the wasted. While you just roll to the wind, everything that we're chasing. Everyone's sitting still, within the heart of racing. Run as fast as you can, but you can't escape you. But you can't escape you.
Can't stop it to say.
Give me time to find my own. Oh, I had enough of your syndicate. Oh,
This one going out to all the Liquid Sunday session crew. Yes, locked in. Big up crew. Sunday crew. agrees with me. He's had a good weekend so far, but had the worst week ever leading in. That's an overstatement. No, it was a good week. Busy.
My brother, can't believe what I saw, cause you had it all and got more. Now you're mad up cause you got caught. I'm like, can't believe you're no fraud. I see your jumper just fall, like a parachute with no cord. That life you had just faded away with every girl that you brought. I guess you know what they say, be careful what you wish for. Don't risk it all first, get over the girl, you're holding indoors. Now the pain you're feeling is pure, I know you're hurting, it's raw. It's too late for the blue word, my G, you know she's heard it before.
You had it. You had it all, boy. You had it. You had it all, boy. You had it. You had it all, boy. You had it. You had it all,
Hey Sparks, I'm so happy that you liked that new video. It looked really, really good with all the effects. Loved it. Big up Lion D kicking us off today. Big lineup, full lineup. DJ Seagrass up next to
Flexing, game repping where you live. I'm 27 stepping, still never invested in shit. Fuck a pension, I just sentence where I live. Probably did for the mentions. Did I mention you a bitch? Burn bridges like 6. Sitting on the sticks, still cozy in the bits. Getting closer to the jibs. Strolling in the zones. Haven't seen home in a min. A rolling stone, I'm alone in the wind.
no doubt.
Run the race, but I need money for all of these sunny days. Told your honey she can stay, last funny in the way. As a younger looking bum, you see me running through the rain. 9 stages with these pages, I'll be comfy when I spray. I never changed, but some did. Done some dumb shit for young quids. Still I need funds in abundance, cause this city ain't where love lives. And if it is, then I'll be missing on a mission till I'm grinning.
Yo, Spark, what do you think of this bit?
Slipping in the rave, trying to fit in. Never been a victim, I just needed them to listen. Pissing away my ambition in the wind as time's ticking. Eyes glisten in the rain, we'll pay the price for what we sniffing. Dimes I flip them on rhythms, I speak truth. Ain't no seats at the table for feeble or weak youth. Told them me to get the peaks to escape from these bleak views. Run away, run away, wait, with me. Run away, run away, with me.
We're gonna really get the visuals going. Looking.
Time I'll be running away. Time I'll be running away.
on Liquid Sundays. DJ AAA, Toronto, Canada, coming at you live and direct. Big up the crew locked in. Big up my Sunday family. Big up Spark, Dwam Bashley, Ethan Dub. Big up Depth of Field, coming up later. Big up the Lion D every time. Special guest today, DJ Seaglass, incoming.
Tell a story one you probably would've heard before. On the rain clouds, certain of our worst flaws. Perched and no searching where the burden's from. Leaves forming into herbivores. My word is raw, I'm just trying to swerve the swarm. Getting busy, I need Lizzie, not a burden draw. Still I heard the call, so I'm in the town again. Out till I'm down, wrote the sound with a fountain pen. I might bounce again, but I guess they need V. Needs deep, I don't need company like CP. These dreams unspeakable, I keep. So if I get hit in the street, then it's me gonna beat more time. I don't want peace more time, but I need more for the guys, bigger portions of the pie. Being honest, shit's awkward, but I slide. Come see where I'm walking, man, we're all in for the prize. All in for the prize. Not much on these sides. Yeah. Ain't nothing, man, I shine.
John, I see you. Happy Sunday. Glad you chose to spend some of your Sunday here. Keep it rolling. Well, pace yourself for that. Make sure you got the energy. We'll keep it running smooth. Liquid drum and bass from the Liquid Sunday crew.
days on the boulevard are living. We used to kick routines and the presence was fitting. It was I, the abstract,
And me the five footer. I kick the mask down, so step off the Frankfurter.
yo fighter, you remember that routine? That way used to make spiffy like Mr. Clean.
A tidbit, a stingy. I don't get the message, so you got to run it with you.
feel a lot like summer. Made it through a long winter playing out here in the Sunroom studio. We're back at it now, feeling the heat. DJ Seaglass. Big up Seaglass in the house. How are you doing? Hope the weekend's going well. Pick up Edmonton crew. Yeah, a little bit more energy. Nothing wrong with a bit of energy in your liquid. Yo, Sparks is on the super liquid, super smooth liquid bangers, exactly. It's the thing. Yeah, DJ Sparks, once in a while, he'll get mad at us. We play something a little bit too hard, but I'm always pushing on that edge. Liquid bangers, rollers. Sometimes play some hard shit underneath the liquid tune. Keep the energy high. All about the beats, regardless of what genre. Yeah, very happy to have you on board this week. Just 1 hour in. Gonna be raiding out the DJ C-Blast 2 p.m. Eastern, just over an hour from now. Right. Right, keep it on the straight and narrow. Hey Sparks, I'm sorry I missed your set last night. Sounded like it was a good one.
I was cracking in the rave, trying to hide the pain behind shares. It's like that at times I'm afraid that my mind is again swinging in the
Next one going out to the DJ Sparks. Big up, homie. We back. Sundays. Smooth and deadly. Liquid Sunday sessions, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. My friends, we're at the halfway mark. Let's get it going with this one. Going out to the DJ Sparks and why DJ C Glass, all Liquid Sunday crew.
All that I can see are your eyes, looking through me, looking through me. All that I can feel is my heart beating quickly, oh so quickly. Oh, and here we go again. I will be here at the end when we're standing on the edge. Before we fall to pieces, 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 pieces.
Big up all crew locked in. Liquid Sunday sessions. Here we go.
Hopefully you don't see you can be like that here with me. Hearing rumors, you're picking others up, not me. Why don't you float inside my ocean? Better if you sink, you know I'll be gone. Don't think you know you won't float. You want the recipe of the rest of me. Can't be that for you. All you gotta do is be gone, be gone, be gone. Better if you pick the one that you want. Don't think you know you won't float. You want the recipe of the rest of me. Can't be that for you. All you gotta do is be gone, be gone, be gone. Better if you pick the one that you want. Leaving you was so easy. There's no place for you here with me. No more back and forth. I hope you find your peace. You wouldn't float inside my ocean. Better if you sink, you know I'll be gone.
I ain't looking forward.
Isaac, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Sunday.
I'll
Garcia, Isaac. This is a little thing we do every Sunday called Liquid Sunday Sessions. This week we have a special guest, DJ C-Class, dropping in 2 p.m. just under an hour from now. Don't leave this space. We got plenty of drum and bass. Liquid vibes coming your way.
I sense danger.
Special shout out to a raid train also happening today. Everybody knows E-Town Jungle is kicking it off 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern. Special raid train this weekend.
I need more energy.
If you're in the drum and bass scene in North America, especially if you're from Toronto, you know DJ Lush, Badman Selector, DJ Lush OG selector from the Toronto scene. He and his partner have been going through a lot. And his partner Sue has been in the hospital for a long time. Raising funds today, special raid train, E-Town Jungle is kicking it off. And then a bunch of friends, a bunch of Toronto selectors in place this weekend. So make sure you pop in there, say hi.
Danger.
Yeah, that's E-Town Junglist. Hate to lose anybody, but if you wanted to go and check it out, pop in, say hello. Keep your eyes on that space as well. Lots going on. The raid for Sue this weekend. Big up Lush, big up Toronto crew. Yes, Ethan. Picking up Ethan Dub locked in. Big up Spark, Seaglass, Lion D. Yep, the field. Going back to Alfonso and Isaac. All crew locked in on this sunny Sunday afternoon. That's a hot one. DJ Seaglass on this one. Want that one to end. Going out to Seaglass and Ethan Dub on that last one. Triple A crew locked in. Last 15 for me. DJ Seaglass, you ready? We're just over halfway done. Lots more to come. DJ Seaglass next. Depth of field. Anchor leg. Sounds good.
It's the music in which a number of things have taken place that often don't get addressed. There's the great improviser. Well, I mean, it's the music in which a number of things have taken place that often don't get addressed. There's the great improviser. Well, I mean, it's the music in which a number of things have taken place that often don't get addressed. There's the great improvising voice. Then there's the person who organizes the music, the composer, the band leader. And then there's the interaction between the audience and the music itself.
I can see you're lonely, but you don't want love. Time calls no
I'm going out to DJ Spark.
I feel no rain.
You know.
Ain't no finding line. I can taste bad mind. It's the vibe you take and the lines you make. And you give me war and you leave no sign. My heart is torn. Murder in disguise. Gunshot love. Check it. What we did? Give me gunshot love. After that, see you turn like wolf. No flu, suffer 60 plus proof. Once we tap it, we can't turn loose. There's always plenty more to do. You got fire, no ramping so good. I get fire when you're in my world. No flu, suffer 60 plus proof. Once we tap it, we can't turn loose. Give me gunshot love.
backwoods. In for the long haul. Thank you very much for hanging in. Ethan, I enjoyed some of the stuff you were playing yesterday. Lots of vocal, very hip-hop influence. Sounded so dope.
It's past my bedtime. I'm up singing about you. Why you're in my head now, and everything that you do. I feel like you've been mixing with my mind.
Pleasure backwards. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ethan. Might end up watching a bit of hockey tonight. Might be a hockey game to watch tonight.
You can't stop the waves as they crash in the ocean. No, and you can't turn the night to day. No, you can't stop the waves as they crash in the ocean. No, and you can't turn the night to day. No, you can't stop the waves as they crash in the ocean. No.
time. Let's go. Big up everybody. Have a great Sunday. See you again soon.